who gets confused with baboons? All those who are fed to lions are the people without property, are the people without land. They go around saying we want to kill them, when they are the ones who are killing our people. Feed them to lions, shoot them and say they looked like monkeys, kill children because they trespassed on their way back to school. They passed through a farm of a white person, kill children and said they intruded the farm, they were fishing illegally. We never killed any of them. We never called for the killing of white people. Yet, by demanding a rightful thing, they say we want to kill them. They say there is a white genocide.
Welcome again, guys, to the episode of the WSXM podcast. As always, a united Africa is an undisputed Africa, and it's coming to pass because President, soon to be President, Malema, he gave this brilliant speech recently talking about South Africans taking back their land, and I'm familiar with this. Like, it's quite like you go and you take a piece of land and you build on it, and it eventually becomes yours. But what he's saying in this video, 75% of white South Africans own, in the entire South Africa, whites own 75% of the land, colored own 15%, Indians own 5%, and blacks only own 4%. So now he wants to reverse that. You want 75% to be black South Africans, 15% colored, 5% Indian, and 4% white. And I'm telling you, this is a very brilliant speech, and he explains a whole host of things that white South Africans have done to black South Africans, and what he would like to change if he when he becomes president, which is next year. So listen to this speech. It's around 20 minutes long, but it's worth the watch. So watch it. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section. Boom.
We are one big family called Africa. They divided us because they know that the unity of Africans is a threat to Europeans. But the day we are united, all of this suffering will come to an end. Because the unity of Africa means the land in the hands of Africans. The unity of Africa means the mines in the hands of Africans, the banks in the hands of Africans, that every strategic sector of the economy must be in the hands of the people. So today, many of you here are not working, and you are unemployed, not because you are not educated. You are unemployed because you don't have the land. These borders you see today are artificial borders imposed on us by colonizers who went into some conference and decided to divide Africa amongst themselves. That the British will control here, that the French will control there, that the ones of Portugal, the Portuguese, will take this portion. So, and the Spanish will take this portion. Divided Africa, not because they had the interest of Africa at heart, but they were pursuing their own colonial conquest of Africa. Today, we want to worship the borders. We call people Makwerekwere. We call people Zimbabweans. We call people Mashangane. Because we were told by our own colonizers that we must not love one another. We must kill each other because this one comes from that border. Those are not our borders. They are the borders of the colonizers. We are one thing. Africa is not a continent per se. It is a country. So we must fight for the return of the land without compensation. The land audit in South Africa shows that 72% of the land is owned by white minorities. We must change that. 15% by the colored community, 5% by Indian community, and only 4% by Africans, who are the majority of South Africans. We must change that. 72% must be Africans, and then 15% can remain in coloreds, and then 5% Indians, and 4% whites. There's no problem. Because the land ownership must be a reflection of the demographics of South Africa. If you are few, you must own a smaller portion of the land. The majority must own the bigger portion of the land. Then there will be peace in South Africa. So when we say to the people of South Africa, occupy the land, we don't say do an illegal thing. It is a right thing to do because it is your land. How do you say we are wrong by asking people to go and occupy what is rightfully belonging to them? It is your property. I can't say to you, go and occupy your house, and I'm told I'm doing a wrong thing. The land belongs to you. You must continue to occupy it. It's your land. And never get tired because the DA is in power here in George. They shoot at people who are occupying the land. They arrest people who are occupying. Never get tired. They will get tired and you will get the land. When they chase you, you must do the up and downs with the police. Don't go with an expensive material. Just take old material when you go to occupy the land. When the police come to take the material, you say, you can take it, I'm coming back tomorrow. They will end up being tired. You know why? Majority of black people, where they stay, it was at the beginning the so-called illegal occupation. You see that big Soweto, it was not given to our people. They occupied it by force. Today it is the biggest township in Southern Africa. But at the beginning, it was the so-called illegal occupation. You are not starting this occupation. We found it happening. Black people were denied land. They occupied it by force. You must continue with that legacy and occupy it by force until they accept that this land belongs to our people. When I came in here at the airport, I found a huge plane. And I asked, who's this one now? They say, no, it's a Prime Minister of Kuwait. He's got a big farm here. But there is no Mpofu with a farm in Kuwait. There is no black person with a farm in Kuwait. They come from all over. They come and take our land here. But we don't have any piece of land where they come from. And when we fight for our land, they say we are wrong. We are not wrong. We want to own the land the same way they own the land where they come from. We never took their land. We never killed them for the land. No one says white people must go to the sea. We don't want any white man driven to the sea here. South Africa will be ugly. These people here, they have naturalized. It's like when a person says to you, we must wake up tomorrow without trees. No, trees are a natural thing. We grow up with trees. So we can't wake up tomorrow, there are no trees here. We can't wake up tomorrow, there are no white people. It will be a scary thing. Children will start crying. Like, what happened to Abelu? These whites, they belong here with us. We are neighbors, but they must be prepared to share the land. The only problem we have with them, they don't want to share the land. Now they say, hey, Malema doesn't want white people. I never said that. I said I want the land. I never said I don't want white people. When you want the land, they say, you see, he doesn't want white people. They are deliberately lying. They are deliberately distorting what the EFF is saying. The EFF says we want the land. The EFF never said one settler, one bullet. The EFF never said the settlers to the sea. It is the settlers themselves who said they are going to Australia. And I said, leave the keys of the tractors when you go to Australia. I never said they must go. I said you can stay with us here, you can coexist with us here, but white supremacist doesn't mean all whites. White supremacists are white people who think that white is superior. They are threatened by equality. They are not scared of Malema. They are scared of equality. They don't see themselves being equal to their domestic workers. They don't see themselves being equal to their garden boys. Let me tell you, to the white supremacist, it doesn't matter how educated you are. It doesn't matter how rich you are. When they see Patrice Motsepe, they see a garden boy. Until someone tells them, no, he's a billionaire, then they embrace him. Why? Because everything black is a domestic worker, it's a security guard, it's a garden boy. So when you are black and you think you are successful and you think you are high, you are nothing. Come and fight with us here. Because once we are all liberated, then we can have respect from white people. So we want you to be people, because you are not people in the eyes of those who own property. They see you as subhumans. Why? You don't have property. You don't deserve rights. You don't deserve respect. They can kill you at any time and say that you looked like a baboon. They thought you were a baboon. Why? You are propertyless. But the day, I've never heard them saying, we killed this farmer, we killed this owner of a shop, we killed this educated person who's got his own properties by mistake, and we've mistaken him or her for a baboon. All those who gets confused with baboons, all those who are fed to lions, are the people without property, are the people without land. They go around saying we want to kill them, when they are the ones who are killing our people. Feed them to lions, shoot them and say they looked like monkeys, kill children because they trespassed on their way back to school, they passed through a farm of a white person, kill children and said they intruded the farm, they were fishing illegally. We never killed any of them. We never called for the killing of white people. Yet, by demanding a rightful thing, they say we want to kill them. They say there is a white genocide. Our journalists don't write to counter that nonsense that there is no white genocide in South Africa. There is a legitimate demand for the land to be returned. The reason why they say there is a white genocide, they want America to invade South Africa. The same way they did with Iraq. They said there were weapons of mass destruction, and they fed that through embedded journalism. And everybody believed there were weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. They invaded Iraq. They killed Saddam Hussein. Till today, we have never seen a piece of a weapon of mass destruction. That's what they are doing with South Africa here. They are preparing to invade South Africa through embedded journalism by saying there is a white genocide when there is no such. They want to spread that narrative so that the day you take the land by force, they will come here with all types of weapons, come and conquer you and say you were killing white people. Why? There was never an alternative narrative that said there are no whites who are being killed in South Africa. If there is anything, there is crime in South Africa which affect black and white. All of us were affected by crime. Farm workers are killed, white farmers are being killed. And that is not a genocide on white people, it's crime. We must arrest the criminals. Fellow fighters, let us go and fight for the land. Your children are nothing without the land. Your children are going to be like you if you don't return the land. Mama Winnie is no more. A powerful woman, a powerful African woman, an inspiration to the hopeless masses of our people. The fearless woman who fought against the most brutal regime, which was always ready to suck blood of black people. They never liked Winnie Mandela because Winnie Mandela, it's us. They hated her because they hated us. They said all bad things about Winnie Mandela because they knew that Winnie Mandela represents the true struggles of our people. Winnie Mandela is called the mother of the nation. That title was given to her by women in the squatter camps, by women in the villages, by women in the townships. They said to her, you don't get elected to be a mother of the nation. It's a title that gets bestowed on you through the struggles you have gone through in trying to liberate the masses of our people. Winnie Mandela gave birth to this democracy we have today. They hated her because they hate African women. They say all manner of nonsense about Winnie Mandela. They accuse her of many things that they too have done. Let me give you one example. They say Winnie Mandela killed Stompie Seipei. George Fivers, the former apartheid police commissioner, came out and said there was no evidence which implicated Winnie Mandela in the killing of Stompie Seipei. Therefore, Winnie Mandela did not kill Stompie Seipei. But let's say for a second Winnie Mandela killed Stompie Seipei. Why are they destroying her and saying all sorts of things because of this one child? When in exile, a lot of people were killed. They were called imps. They were sellouts. They were taken to a firing squad. They were killed under O.R. Tambo. They were killed under Joe Mutise. They were killed under Krisani's watch. They were commanders of Mkondo Wesizwe. But today, they are not saying, no, you must hate O.R. Tambo because people were killed in the camps in his name. Why? because he's a man, because he's a soldier, because he's a commander. It's understandable that there will be casualties, but when it happens under a woman, it's a big problem. Why? Because a woman must not do what is supposed to be done by a man. That is patriarchy. That is unacceptable. The second thing, those are the things of old people. The young ones must close their ears. They say Winnie Mandela was sleeping with young kids when Mandela was in prison. Something she has not done. But let's say she has done it. She slept with young kids when Mandela was in prison and all of that. Who has not done that? Because all of these male leaders, they slept with women of their fellow comrades, they slept with the children of their fellow comrades, they raped their own children, yet they got elected into the highest offices. When it's a man sleeping around, no, it's understandable. He know, darling. But when it's a woman, hey, she's useless, she can't be a leader, hey, she has had Mandela, hey, ha. What about Makumalo? How many times was Makumalo had? Yet the head of Makumalo got promoted into presidency. A woman can't do this, a woman can't do that. When Winnie Mandela said, we will liberate our country with tires and a box of matches, she did not literally mean that. She was trying to scare his MPs that if you sell out the revolution, there will be consequences for you. She did that to protect the revolution. There is nothing reckless about that, because in exile they did not say they will put a tire and a matches. They killed those who were called Izimpimpis. They called them, lined them up and shot at them one by one. Yet the people who were shooting at those people, today they are heroes. Winnie Mandela, who did not put a tire on anyone, today she's not a hero. She must go and burn in hell for something she has not done. We must protect our own.